and he loves to discuss the Magpies. So with great trepidation, I'd like to hand over to Paul, my best man. Thank you.
Well done, Russ. And as he says, I'd now like to call upon the best man, Paul Deeds, to reply on behalf of the guests.
One, two. Before I begin, I understand there's a sweepstake going on by the time of the best man's speech. Yeah. Just thought I'd let you know that personally I've gone for an hour and 20 minutes. I was going to say that for those of you that don't know me, my name is Paul and I'm the best man, but he's already mentioned it. I'm sorry, Russ, so you might want to knock off 20 seconds for that. And on behalf of myself and the bridesmaids, I'd like to thank Russ and Lorraine for asking us to be part of your special day. I know that you've put a tremendous amount of effort into the planning of this wedding, and I can only hope that, apart from this speech, everything else will have exceeded your expectations. I'd also like to thank those of you who have travelled a fair distance to be here today. It's amazing how far some people have travelled for a free meal. Now, Russ has put me under a bit of pressure today, because he said if I do a good job, he might use me again. He's dangled the carrot. Of course, today's not the first time I've been a best man. It's actually the fourth time I've been a best man. Embarrassing, wasn't expecting that. And the last time I was the best man, the couple in question are actually here today. They're just not here together. But if I can ask them to respect the free bar and observe the terms of the restraining orders at all times. Some people say to me, Paul, you're a lovely fella. You're a bit overweight, but you're a lovely fella. You've been the best man 4 times. Obviously, it was a recent conversation. What's it like being a best man? Well, it's very nerve-wracking. I'm very nervous. It's a bit like being asked to make love to Camilla Parker Bowles. It's a great honour, but no one wants to do it. And so, what can I say about a man who's come from humble beginnings and is quickly rising to the top of his profession based solely on intelligence, grit and willpower to succeed where others have failed. A man who's beginning to distinguish himself amongst his peers and where no one can say a bad word against him. Anyway, that's enough about me. Let's talk about Russ. Can I just say though, doesn't Lorraine look absolutely beautiful today? And single men everywhere, I'm sure you'll agree with me that it's a pretty sad day when another beauty leaves the available list. And single girls everywhere, I'm sure you'll agree with me. That Weight Watchers diet doesn't get any easier, does it? In fact, the first few weeks of Weight Watchers is all about trying to find your feet. In all seriousness today though, Russ, you're a very lucky man. You leave here today with an absolutely beautiful wife who's loving, caring, and very warm. And Lorraine, you're a very lucky woman. You leave here today with a lovely new dress and a fantastic bouquet of flowers. Now, staying on the romantic theme, because that's the theme that we're on, I'd like to ask Russ and Lorraine to turn and face each other and look each other in the eyes. In fact, I'd like to ask all the couples here to turn and face each other while I share with you this remarkable fact. Now, statistically, you are now staring at the person most likely to murder you. And they say romance is dead. People say to me, Paul, you're a lovely fella. You're very happily married. Your wife's very happy with you. When I said earlier about respecting the free bar, that applies to everyone. People say to me, what's it like to be happily married? And I said, well, marriage isn't easy. It's a bit like a deck of cards. Most of the time, you just want 2 hearts and a diamond. And sometimes you just wish you had a club and a spade. Now, I've been trying to think of ways, or what advice I could give to Russ and Lorraine about having a happy marriage. Like I said, my wife's very happy. And there's something that we use to help us have a happy marriage. Don't worry, it's not that. It's the Guide to Being a Good Wife, which was first printed in 1950 in Good Housekeeper magazine. Some say it's old-fashioned, but it works for us. And I'd like to share with you some points from that will really help you, Lorraine, so the wives here might want to make notes. And this is from a point of view of your husband arriving home from work. So before your husband arrives home, take 15 minutes to rest, so you'll be refreshed when he arrives. Touch up your makeup and put a ribbon in your hair. And be fresh looking. Remember, he's just been with a lot of work-weary people. Number 2, when your husband arrives home, always speak to him in a low, soothing voice. Number 3, listen to him. You may have a dozen important things to tell him, but the moment of his arrival is not the time. Let him speak first. Remember, his topics of conversation are more important than yours. Now, we've got a few messages to read out. Well, 2. Dear Russ, sorry we could not make your special day. We all felt it was too emotional, losing a special guy like you. We'll see you again soon, though. All the girls at the Fantasy Palace. Now, I believe we have a telegram. You can still get them. Dear Russ, we could have been so good together. I really miss our nights by the swimming pool. Lots of love. Michael Barrymore. And so, ladies and gentlemen, in the words of my ex-girlfriend, I'm going to leave you now. But before I do, can I ask you to be upstanding again? To love, laughter, and happy ever after. Thank you.